What good things are here? Welcome to the Platform Radio program.
The Platform is a program that addresses your political, social, and economic well-being. Broadcast every Monday and Thursdays
at 09:30 hours
on Joy FM Radio. Call or SMS to participate. Remember, the views expressed on the platform are not of the station, but those of either the guests or the participants. Joy FM Radio, for your ears only.
It is a lovely morning and welcome to today's edition of the Platform Radio program on JFM Radio 92.1 megahertz. For your ears only, this is the program designed to discuss matters of national interest ranging from political, social and economic issues affecting our country. I'm your host. My name is Maidon Kilalo, and this morning I'm joined by the Socialist Party Lusaka Province Youth Secretary, Mr. Bartholomew Phiri. Sir, welcome to JFM Radio and the Platform program.
Thank you so much, Comrade Maidon, and good morning to you.
All right. Today we find out what the Socialist Party aspired to do for the people of Zambia while we weigh in their expectations on the 2026 national budget. This conversation is about Zambia's present realities, and among the issues to be discussed, what is expected of the Socialist Party under the leadership of Dr. Fred Membe if the Zambian people were to give them the mandate to govern this country, and also be looking at weighing in their expectations as finance and national planning ministers. Tumbeko Msokotwani presents the 2026 national budget. Which sectors do they think should be of priority, and why? Of course, your expertise and insights will shed more light on these very important matters. A little later, we shall be engaging our listeners to participate on the program by means of calling us on the following numbers: 0977 165 743 and 0953323738. The 097 number is also on WhatsApp. In case you're unable to come through on a live call, probably due to traffic or network failure, please drop us a voice note and we'll be able to play it for our guests to respond to you. We're also live on Prime Television Zambia, as well as all our socials, that is JFM Zambia and Prime Television Zambia Facebook pages. We anticipate a program at Mulungushi, so obviously this program might also be cut short, and we'll just remain with radio while TV will shift to Mulungushi International Conference Center, where there's another engagement with Zambia Electric Supply Company, ZESCO. You can as well listen to JFM Radio by visiting our website, that is jfmzambia.ptvzambia.com. So, once again, it's a pleasure to have you on the program this morning to discuss national matters.
It's my pleasure as well to be hosted here.
Absolutely. Just to begin with, let's reflect on the Socialist Party founded under the leadership of Dr. Fred Membe. The SP positions itself as a party of the marginalized. Let's first find out how the Socialist Party is doing.
Right, thank you. The Socialist Party is doing fine. We are busy on the ground mobilizing ourselves, engaging with our citizens, and possibly things will work in our best interest.
Great. Busy mobilizing the electorates, citizens, to ensure that they give you that mandate come 2026, as we are just counting days, if not months, to the polls. That's 2026 general elections. Of course, there's been some by-elections that have happened, and probably just to highlight one or two by-elections that have happened, and probably just to take us through your performance. Let me just give you a little bit of what has happened in as far as the by-elections are concerned. Kawamba constituency by-election on 20th December 2024. The seat which fell vacant after Nixon Chilangwa was convicted, sentenced, and of course the outcome, Nason Msonda won of the UPND with about 5,000 votes. The Tonsa Alliance candidate, Dunston, got about 3,896 votes. Socialist Party, Kennedy Kapambwe, got about 1,501. All right, a margin of about 4,000 between yourselves and the winner of that particular election. Of course, we had Delika Ward by-election in Chipata district in November last year in 2024. The vacancy after the resignation of Florence Jerry, the outcome UPND Lewis Zulu won with 1,543 votes, followed by the independent. The Socialist Party candidate came out third. At least you've been there. How would you describe your performances in some of these by-elections that you've had in the past?
All right. So the performance of the Socialist Party is that we have been trying our level best, looking at how much, looking at the numbers that we've been scooping. For instance, like we just came out number 3, and in some areas where we scooped position 2. So that tells you that we are at least doing our level best compared to other political parties that have existed before the Socialist Party. So we are just pushing in more effort to ensure that we are up to the expectation that we really want as a party.
Great. Let's look at your aspirations as the Socialist Party. What do you aspire to do for Zambia? If the people of Zambia gave you the mandate to govern them as we get into 2026.
All right, thank you so much, comrade. I think what is important first is to understand why are we vying for a public office.
Yes.
When you look at Zambia, the era that we are in today is economic independence. That's what we are fighting for. You can be aware that we have attained political independence through our liberation struggle icons, the Kaundas, Mwansaka Pwepwe, Maiza Chona, and many others. So we've attended that before. So now what we are looking for is economic independence, and the Socialist Party knows fully well why we want to vie for this public office, why we are vying for this public office, because we know that we need to liberate ourselves economically. So our aspiration as a party is that we want to ensure that we are fully independent economically. As we stand, the economy is not owned by ourselves as Zambians. It's foreign owned. When you look at key areas that has to do with the economy itself,
yes, they are
owned by foreigners. For instance, like the financial sector. In the financial sector, as a report by Bank of Zambia, they are saying Zambia's majority of financial sector is owned by foreigners. Okay, it's foreign owned. And we as a nation, we only have 29% of ownership of assets. What would 29% do against? You can even see the margin there is too huge that we can't claim ownership on the economy. So we don't own the economy. And what is due to us is that we need to own the economy. And once we own the economy, it means we'll be able to control the economy. I love sometimes when I hear politicians and mostly political parties that are saying we want to come and control the economy without realizing that we don't own it. So the question that Zambians are asking is, how do you control something that you don't own? So in the first place, we need to own our own economy. I've just mentioned about the financial sector.
Yes.
We can also talk about the mining sector.
Yes.
The mining sector is not owned by our people. Today, ownership of the mines is shifting change. Okay? You are seeing that we have prioritized foreign interest against our own wishes. We need to prioritize Zambian interest first. But what we've done is that we have prioritized foreign interest. Hence, we have lost control of the mining sector. So again, it's another blow on the Zambian side, because we cannot claim to control the mining sector, which is a major driving force of the economy, if we don't control it. If we don't own it, we cannot control it. So we, the Socialist Party, are saying we must take ownership of the mining sector. We must take ownership of the financial sector. It's very possible, comrade, to establish local banks that will be owned by Zambians. Local banks that can be owned by our government. I'm just talking about 29% ownership. And I'm saying
which is very minimal.
It is very minimal, such that you cannot beat the ones that have a huge share. Okay? In fact, if this radio station, if I happen to have 60% ownership, I mean 60% shares of asset, it means the person that has a larger percentage percentage owns the property. So definitely we are talking about the economy. The financial sector is not owned by Zambians. So when we develop our own banks, it means we are now getting there because we prioritize Zambian interest first. Then it means our people will have access even to get loans from our local banks at a very low interest rate. Okay, that will help us to work on the economy. So long we don't own it, comrade, believe you me, we'll continue struggling the way we are doing it because we'll have no control over the financial sector. Okay? I've talked about the mining sector and I've said we have lost ownership. I've said it time and again that our local people, our native Zambians have been doing mining on the copper belt. They used to melt copper, turn it into ingots, using it as a medium of exchange. Okay? They used to do that. Ours were supposed now to advance more in the same vein. But what have we done? We have prioritized foreign interest in which our own people have got no hand in it. How do you then control the economy when you don't own the major driving force of the economy? So ours is that we want to come and take ownership so that we can control the economy.
Great. Already, when you go on the ground, citizens will highlight some of the issues that they are grappling with, all right? And, of course, we've heard from some politicians, some political parties of probably wanting to change governance. Probably others, when you look at why they would want to change the governance system or change government, probably others would express their interest because they expected to have a lion's share in the current administration, and probably they are just jealousy of others being in that position. Let's talk about, they are not bringing out tangible issues that they would be able to present to the Zambian people and tell the Zambian people, this is exactly, these people who are there today have failed in this area, and when we come in, we're going to improve in this area, we're going to improve in this area. What would change under Dr. Membe? Of course, there are areas of promises like inspirations must be weighed against Zambia's present realities: high debts, youth unemployment, inequality, and a fragile social fabric. What is it that is going to change? More especially you, who is championing the rights of the young people.
All right, thank you so much, comrade. So we have been explaining, we have been explaining our vision, and we've been telling the Zambian people what we want to come and change as a party once given that mandate to preside over the affairs of the country. So when you look at things that our people have been grappling with, I was just talking about knowing full well why we want to form government. Okay, I was talking about the economy. Comrade, we are not coming here to gain political independence. We are coming here to gain economic independence. Okay? Key areas, like you have mentioned, you've talked about lack of employment. You have talked about some people not having a share. Maybe they do not have a share in the current administration, so to say, if I may put it like that. But what I'm saying is that we as a Socialist Party, we want the national cake to be shared equally. Okay, there must be equal distribution. And when a promise is made, first priority should be national interest first. Okay? That stands well with our core values as Socialist Party. We are advancing national interest first. Any policy that does not speak the aspiration of the Zambian people is enmity to humanity, so to say. Because anything that does not speak my aspiration, I think I don't support it. Okay? So, we are coming in to share the national cake equally. That is why Socialist Party is oriented on it is the people's based ideology. Okay? It is for the people that are marginalized, people that are disadvantaged. Okay? They must have a key share when it comes to the national cake. governance under socialist policies is that it is from bottom to top, not from top to bottom. Okay, meaning that it's the people themselves to tell you what they want you to do. Of course, you may have things in line. You may have what you've prioritized first, that this is what we are coming in to do. But bear in mind,
the current administration will tell you that you're speaking in reverse, because of course that's their approach now, the bottom-up approach. They've decentralized resources through CDF. They've said, instead of decisions being made in Lusaka, let's take CDF to the people at the bottom, in the constituency, in the ward, who are going to decide on exactly what they want to do.
Comrade, the people have been deciding what they want you to do. What has this government done which the people have said this is what?
Like I've just highlighted,
Okay.
they've announced the CDF, which has also trickled down to the local economy. At the ward level, the constituency level, and they'll tell you this is exactly what we're doing.
All right. So, comrade, does it only end on decentralizing CDF down to the ground? No, it doesn't. Those are pronouncements. Let's get to reality.
Yeah.
What is happening on the ground? Are we implementing what people are saying? For instance, if you talk about CDF, Constituency Development Fund, and if people tell you that we need roads here, we need a tarmac here, this is what we need here, are you doing that? CDF has been a talk of the day. It has been something that the new Dawn administration has praised itself about it. But now,
As being a game changer.
per se, they say it has been a game changer. But let's get on the ground. What are some of the aspects that have changed? For 4 years down the line, I would tell you that here in the Mandevu constituency, because I believe we are in Mandevu constituency.
Yes.
When you survey, you go around Mandevu constituency, let's try to spot out some developments under CDF. You realize that it is this year that now a 1x3 classroom is now being built at Mutambe School. A 1x3 classroom is now being built somewhere within the constituency. What about in 2022? What about in 2023? What about in 2024? Where has all this CDF been going? I understand the allocation of the CDF under this administration is that 60% goes to community projects. 20% is for bursaries and boarding schools, so to say. Then the other 20% is for grants and loans. Okay? Then the other one for bursaries, it also caters for skills. Okay? But now, let's look at, you've given them a skill, and at the same time, you've taken away electricity for them. What is it going to change? Automatically, it says reverse gear. Then, under community projects, what sort of projects have they put in place? Okay? Lelo comrade ndiye pamene vachita grade ma roads in the dying minutes. Okay? Kuti vanamize ndani. Because this has been something that has been happening. When we are running towards election, you would see ndiye pamene vazayamba kubweresa manje magreda ukunao kuamba kuchita grade ma roads to deceive who? Zambians cannot be deceived. Zambians cannot be mocked. So when people are telling you, you start from the very beginning. You show commitment that this is what you want to do. You give them a skill, you take away electricity from them. What are they going to use that skill for? Okay? Because even these carpenters that they are training, they need electricity to work and utilize that skill. The secular saws that we can talk about, all those machines they use to cut out, to cut timber and whatever, they require electricity. Okay, so when we talk about prioritizing Zambian interest first, it shouldn't be in the last minute. Okay, it shouldn't be in the last minute because
it's never too late.
No, it is, comrade. You can't say it's never too late when a contract is 5 years. Then when is it going to be utilized on time? So it is too late. Because
and they'll tell you that the policies have just materialized now. This is what they've been working on for the past 5 years that they've been in 4 years and they've been in power, and now things have started manifesting. They've started materializing. Like electricity now is being given 10 hours to you where you're coming from. I'm sure you've left electricity running for 10 hours.
You see, Comrade Maidon, I think we need to reach a point where we stop joking and mocking Zambians. I was very much disappointed when I heard the Minister of Energy, Makozo Chikot, saying that they are supplying electricity 10 hours. I'm not afraid to mention to you that that was a lie, misleading the nation. Our people are allowed to go 19 hours without electricity. And ZESCO has made it clear that we will supply electricity, maximum is 5 hours, minimum is 3 hours. Where is he getting that information? So the minister has no information regarding electricity. They have misled him. That is why he was confidently even lying that they are supplying 10 hours of electricity, which is a lie. Comrade, you are talking about policies, that this is when they have materialized. Policies to speak for who? Policies for who? To benefit who? Comrade, the policies that have been implemented now, they are not speaking the language and the aspiration of the Zambian people. You allow your people to go hungry without eating because they have not worked, there is no electricity, and you come and say the policies that we are implementing are speaking your language. That's a mockery, comrade. Let's speak reality. We expect action or solutions. We don't believe in political rhetorics. We don't believe in speaking for the sake of impressing people. We don't speak because we want to speak and have that courage of speaking. Okay, we should be realistic with what we are saying. So the policies of exporting power, I was just listening to the whole conversation. ZESCO is importing about 238 megawatts, and at the same time exporting 106. Why importing if you have enough? Because I understand that for you to export, you only export excess. You are a government that has decided to export the little that you have, which is not even sufficient. You decide to export, and then you are importing for what? For me, I have concluded that they are importing and then exporting at the same time what they are importing. Meaning, that's not a policy that speaks and then helps the Zambian people. Okay? What do we need? What we are supposed to do is to stop exporting if we don't have enough. There's no criteria, comrade, as in we are importing to export. Because what I understand is that you can only export when you've got enough. For instance, if what we are supposed to consume is 200 megawatts, then we are able to generate 3,000 or maybe 350 megawatts. Then when we consume 200, we will have an excess of 150. Then we can export 100 and reserve 50. Why reserving 50? There are emergencies, comrades. Okay? In an event where we experience power shortage, then we now utilize that 50%. Okay? Now you only have 300 megawatts and your consumption is maybe 250, and then you are generating 200, and then out of the 200 you decide to export, and then after exporting you import, and Namibia today is praising you that you have ended road shedding, and yet in your own country people have no electricity. Then you go to parliament majestically, comfortably, boldly enough even to say we are supplying 10 hours. I think we need to be real. We need to be real, comrade.
All right. This is the Platform Radio program, and I'm joined by Socialist Party Lusaka Province Youth Secretary, Mr. Bartholomew Phiri. And today we find out what the Socialist Party aspired to do for the people of Zambia while we were in their expectations on the 2026 national budget. Of course, due to time, we will rush and, of course, probably jump into your expectation, what you look forward in as far as this particular budget is concerned. All right. So this conversation is about Zambia's present realities, and among the issues being discussed are what is expected of the Socialist Party under the leadership of Dr. Fred Membe if the Zambian people were to give them a mandate to govern this country. We are also weighing in the expectations on the Finance and National Plan Minister, Stumbeko Musokotwane, who presents the 2026 national budget, which sectors that they think should be prioritized. Of course, the finance minister is yet to present the budget in Parliament, and of course, we present this crucial financial roadmap for many Zambians. This isn't just numbers on paper, it is about survival, opportunity, and hope. So let me find out, what might the Socialist Party and indeed ordinary citizens be expectant from this particular budget? Let's begin with the social spending. They would expect more resources, of course, allocated to probably healthcare, free education, and welfare of vulnerable groups. Let's hear from you. What do you expect from this particular budget in terms of social spending?
All right. So when we talk about social spending, comrade, you've talked about health sector, you've talked about education. Zambians expect a lot. You and me believes that even today when you go to these hospitals, we do not have medications. So we believe and hope that as the Minister of Finance will be presenting the budget, we want to hear action or solutions, number one. Secondly, we want to understand how committed they are to ensure that medications are put in hospitals. We expect that, because you cannot have a healthy, you cannot have a Minister of Health without medication. Then it's better, you can even say, I think it's better off not having any, if at all there are no medicines, because you cannot only be cured by going into a consultation room and then you are given prescriptions alone. Majority Zambians cannot afford to buy medications. So we expect that when the Minister of Finance presents the national budget and then we are told this much is going in the health sector, we expect that medicines should be found in the hospitals. We don't want to hear stories that we've heard in the past where a certain amount of money has been allocated in the Ministry of Health, and at the same time when you go to a clinic you are not given medications. Instead you are given a prescription. It's same as zero. Same applies even in the Ministry of Education. Okay? When you go to schools today, I'm sure the Minister of Finance knows that there are no desks. Okay? So they have to make sure that even as they allocate these monies, they should be able to cater for quality free education. Because education cannot just be education if it's not quality. Education is not just education with quantity. No. What we need is quantity and quality free education. So monies that should be allocated, they should be able to respond to this challenge of quality education. Our people cannot access quality education. Okay? And we know the reason. The reason is that, number one, we don't have enough classrooms. We don't have enough desks. Okay? For your child to learn effectively and come with the necessary knowledge that is expected, a child should be seated comfortably in class, learning and paying attention. How do you pay attention with an empty stomach? And on top of that, you are made to sit on the floor. How do you expect to have quality education in a classroom where you are more than 150? Okay? Even for you just to breathe well, because of how crowded a classroom is challenging. Okay? So we expect the Minister of Finance also to ensure that as he presents the national budget, that presentation should be able to solve this problem that we are facing.
All right. Comrade, you just spoke to going to school on an empty stomach. Let's flip the page to agriculture, and one thing that even you as the opposition should be able to praise the current administration is on agriculture. This year the country has recorded a bumper harvest, of course probably due to some of the policies that this particular government has implemented, just so there is this particular bumper harvest. What is your expectation with regards the agriculture sector as the Minister of Finance goes to Parliament to give us this 2026 national budget?
So we again expect to prioritize our interests as citizens first. In the the recent, I think it should be last month, if not mistaken, where we now heard that they were planning again to export maize. After recording a bumper harvest, then you are now planning to export again. To benefit who? Because I guess the bumper harvest that we've recorded, it must now benefit our people. Okay? If it benefits our people, we'll have no problem to export. But if it does not benefit our people, and at the same time your policy direction is that you need to export, then we'll have a problem there. Okay? So what we expect is that the Ministry of Finance should guide. Because it's his responsibility. He should guide. Okay? If they are going to go by exporting again, then it means even recording a bumper harvest will have no use. We are just coming from the drought, where we were hit severely. And now that we have recorded the bumper harvest, why not utilize it to reduce the high cost of living? Why not utilize it to reduce the cost of meal? This is the expectation that we have. And if it does not address to this, then even the little hope that we are left with, the little hope that the Zambian people are left with, it will completely vanish. And once it vanishes, then it means the UPND have now agreed that they have failed. Because we've told them that you failed, but they have disagreed. They are saying, no, we have not failed. But let's see, when it comes to Parliament, when he presents the national budget, we are going to see how they intend to prioritize the interest of our people as regards to the high cost of living.
Let's turn to infrastructure. Your expectations with regards to the infrastructure as the minister presents this particular budget to Parliament.
You see, comrade, let me begin first by talking about the previous administration. From 1.6 million of CDF, we saw some dotted developments. I'm saying dotted because you cannot develop the whole country as one political party alone to develop the whole country. It is not possible. It requires collective effort. Okay? So they managed at least to upgrade these clinics, such as level 1 hospitals. For instance, like Chipata Clinic was upgraded to a level 1. Chingwele, Kanyama, okay, and many other clinics that were upgraded to level 1 hospitals through the little CDF of 1.6 million. Infrastructure. Police posts, police stations were built. Okay? Schools also were built. What we are finding strange with this administration is that even after increasing CDF, this is when now they have started putting a 1x3 classroom block. Then the question is, what have they been doing with the previous CDF that they have been allocating? We've heard in Parliament that members of Parliament are complaining that no, the CDF is 36 plus million. Some are saying we are given 7 million. There's a balance.
Comrade, probably you should be able to check with your area member of Parliament as well, because in some areas this CDF has been praised to be a game changer, and of course there are some facilities that have been built out of this particular component. How is it that in certain areas
have we seen them commissioning these particular projects, that they have commissioned them openly, and no, this project has been commissioned, it is fully in operation now? I'm talking about 1.6 million. Comparing to 36 plus. So in those areas where they are saying they have finished these projects, have they commissioned those projects? Are those projects working? If not, why? Because 36 plus million, comrade, is just a lot of money. If your colleagues, the past regime, managed to even commission, and they left office while these other facilities were operating, what about you? In 5 years, 36 million. Some years back, like 2023, it was 28 million, if not mistaken. It went up to 30 plus million. Today it's 36 plus. Why are we not commissioning these projects so that they can start working? That's why I'm saying you are now doing this at the final. Okay, Okay, you are in the finals now. That's when now you want to dot around 1x3 classrooms, and then you say, no, there's infrastructure development in the country. Where on earth? Comrade, no, we cannot be taken for a ride. It's impossible.
I thought you'd also praise this particular government for obviously implementing the construction of the Lusaka dual carriageway, Lusaka and Ndola dual carriageway, which was back then just on paper, and it just ended in a song. But this particular government has at least tried to implement this particular project.
I'm glad that you've said they have tried, because even the PF tried, and then these ones are trying. So we cannot just stick by trying, because all of them have tried. So now why should I praise the UPND alone if they are also trying? The PF tried. The UPND are trying. The other administration that will come will try until we reach the final destination. So I think it would be very unfair for me to praise the new Dawn administration and neglect these others that have tried. It would be very unfair. Sure, comrade.
All right. If you've just joined us, this is the Platform Radio program, and this morning I'm joined by Socialist Party Lusaka Province Youth Secretary, Mr. Bartholomew Phiri. Today we find out what the Socialist Party aspire to do for the people of Zambia while we weigh in their expectations on the 2026 national budget. This conversation is about Zambia's present realities, and among the issues to be discussed, or we are discussing this morning, is the expectations of the Socialist Party and the leadership of Dr. Fred Membe if the Zambians gave them the mandate to govern this country as we draw near to the 2026 general elections. We also weigh in on the expectations on the finance minister's Tumbeko Msokotwane's presentation in as far as the national budget is concerned. Which sectors do they think should be of priority? And of course, let's try and bring in our callers, our listeners, to also give their opinion on what we are discussing this morning. And the lines are officially open for your questions and contributions on the program. Call us by dialing the following numbers: 0977 165 743, 0977 165 743, and 0953 323738. And just as we indicated earlier on, that the 097 number is also on WhatsApp. In case you're unable to come through on a live call, probably due to traffic or network failure, please drop us a voice note on WhatsApp and we'll be able to play it for our guest to respond. Remember to indicate your name and location where you're calling from, and urge you to be civil in your language as you make your contribution on the program.
The views and opinions expressed are of the callers and listeners and not Joy FM Radio.
Let's get to find out who is on the line this morning. Hello, good morning. You're through to Joy. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Is that the radio station?
Yes, this is Joy FM Radio, and you're live on air. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead and give us your contribution.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Your line is a little bit bad. We are unable to... You're calling from SOS? Your line is a bit bad. Try and call us back if you can. All right, okay. Try and call us back if you can. 0977-165-743 is the number. 0977-165-743 and 0953-323738. Call us and give us your contribution on the program. 0977-165-743, 0977-165-743 and 0953-323738. As we wait for that particular call, let's go back to our conversation. All right. What is it that you do differently in the agriculture sector. Of course, we've heard people complain about probably those that had supplied their maize, that 3 months down the line, up to now, they haven't been paid their dues, their monies. What would you do differently if you were voted into office as the Socialist Party? As you respond to that, you were to respond to that, let's pick up this particular call. Hello, good morning. You're through to the program. Call us back if you can. 0977-165-743, 0977. We seem to have a problem with our line this morning. Let's try once more. Hello, good morning. You're through to the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, you're through to the program. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Phiri.
Where are you calling from, sir? From where? From where? Where are you calling from?
Tanzania.